Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, Keith Raider. Um, this gonna be my first video today. Um, and yeah, I'm just happy to be able to get this opportunity to just upload and just put content out. I've been thinking about doing this for years. I'm happy I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this shit. And it's a great time. The first game just passed a couple of days ago. It's Tuesday, September 10th. And yeah, so Raiders versus Chargers. I got a lot of different feelings about the team and where we going and everything. You know what I'm saying? I got notes. I am looking at my notes right now. We gonna get into that, but I just want to say, my overall production on this channel will be simplistic until, I feel like the ball is rolling. But I know it's a lot of different fans out there, and I just want to talk to the nation. I feel like we have a lot of fans, a lot of great fans. We have some positive fans. We have some negative fans. We have old fans. We have young fans. We have it's great, but it could be all over the place. It could get sporadic. I think we got a lot of casual fans, which is nothing wrong with that. But we also have people who know a lot about the game, and I think those people should come out and let people know more about just what's going on with the team. Especially like the Raiders, we get like some of the worst coverage in the league, and it's, a lot of it is our fault and what we put on tape these past 20 something years. But some of it is just people hating on the Shield. But yeah, I don't want to get into too much without actually just setting up the conversation to go. So we gonna go. First, we just got to talk about the recap. I believe the score was 22-10. This is coming straight off the dome. I'm not looking at nothing. I just got my notes in front of me, and I didn't put that in my notes. But, yeah. And I feel like this was a game that we could have won. On paper, we are a better team than the Chargers. Now, if this was the Chargers team that had Eckler and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, I probably would have gave them a slight advantage just because they got the better quarterback. But, like, this year is kind of like, I don't know. I'm on the fence to say that the Chargers is a better team. They might be a little more better coached, but that may be it. I think the Raiders got them. Like, if we comparing weapons, we got two tight ends that were, pretty much like some of the best tight ends in college football. You got Devontae, of course, Trey Tucker, was it Myers? No. Oh yeah, Myers. And that's a good receiving core, a good tight end core. Like, you should be able to do something with that. Honestly, if John Gruden had an offense like this, I believe he would make it move. But that's a whole other story that I feel like we I don't want to open up here because we're talking about specifically this game, but yeah, you would think the offense we'll be able to move with the pieces we got. So we're better than them on that side. Defense, I think we both have players on defense. They got Bosa, Mac. We got Wilkins, Max. And then we got others to kind of fill in other roles. They got Derwin James. We got, I would say, like, a notable person in our secondary is Jack Jones. Nate Hobbs is a good nickel. Bennett, the second-year player, a good cornerback. And so, yeah, like, our team, they got Asante. They got, I think they linebackers could be a little better. But, yeah, so it's a lot of comparable things with this team. I think with these two teams, the things is, they got Justin Herbert, which is the difference maker in all of this because, on one-on-one routes, I trust Justin Herbert to throw and put that ball up into tight windows versus like a Minshew, So that is the difference. I think they got a better O-line. With Joe Alt and what was they tackle? The left tackle. I forgot their left tackle name. Sorry about that. But yeah, they got good bookend tackles for years to come. I still think, if we had Kuntz, it may have been a little bit different. But, injuries happen. That just how the game goes. But yeah. They ended up pretty much wearing down our defense. The Chargers did with the way they played. Because the first half, that defense was on Justin Herbert back. Honestly, it's probably the best defense I've seen. Me myself, I'm 28, so we had some good defenses with Warren Sapp. That was a good defense. And then the Tom Kelly and Richard Seymour, those probably the closest we got to this defense that we got to see on Sunday, which is great, you know what I'm saying? Because when we had DC, the defense was historically bad. And that's something you could go look up. Get the stats. You can see that, we had some of the worst defenses since the merger, on paper. And, we had to score 30 points to basically win a game. So, seeing the defense being this good really excites me. And I'm pretty sure it excited a lot of the nation. We've seen a lot of bad defenses over the past 10, 12 years. So, that gave us hope, but I felt like we leaned a little too much on our defense. When you start looking into the offensive things, you see Minshew couldn't really get no balls out. Zeus, he ran some. He did some good things. But it seemed like he was getting stopped more than not. So we have an O-line issue. But the problem is, a lot of other teams that have O-line issues, we don't have a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You got other teams that has had bad O-lines in the past, but they were able to do stuff like the Bengals. The Bengals was still able to, go to the Super Bowl with a bad line. But they got Joe Burrow. They got Chase. We have Devontae Adams, but we don't have our Joe Burrow. So you say that, and then you case that with the fact we don't have Josh Jacobs no more, and it just our O line is starting to look more like an issue. I feel like our line hasn't really been great since we got rid of Rodney, Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Our internal line. It really hasn't really recovered. Colton has been like a good left tackle, right? But we still been trying to figure out the inside basically this whole time. So it's yeah, we gotta fix that. We gotta fix our own line. But the thing that really makes me mad is that our O line hasn't really been that good for the past couple of years. It's just we had DC throwing bombs and giving, JJ that room to run. Like, as you see, once DC left, our whole offense has been looking crazy. But here's the thing. Even last year, JJ, he didn't have the year he had when DC was here. But, JJ, he's a good-ass running back. Like, in the backfield, I used to see him breaking tackles before getting past the line of scrimmage. So this has been things that's been an issue. It's just we had players that made things look better. DC, he made the O-line look better because he's one of those passers that gets the ball out really fast. He get the ball out really fast. Y'all probably didn't like his overall decision making, but when you look at it, it's like it's better than what we had. So, that's something we got to deal with. No quarterback. The running back is not as good as the one we had before. So now we're starting to see the real issues with the team. And with all this being said, I think that, the blame, I think that's something that we've been talking about in our community, in the Raiders community. The blame should go to Mark Davis and Tom Telesco because AP, he literally doesn't have the pieces to be as good as he can be. You don't see AP skipping that 4th and 1 if he had the right. You don't see AP punting on 4th and 1 with the game on the line if he really trusted that O-line. If he really trusted Zeus. If he trusted Gardner Minshew. And it's not up to AP to draft. It's not like he's McDaniels or John Gruden, who had a lot more power over personnel choices. And so he could bang on the table for certain players to be here, but that don't mean that they will be here. And I think, even if you're a GM, if you're doing a job like this, you don't take everything that you did at a past organization and bring that to the organization that you're at. I think, and also this is a Josh McDaniels thing. I think you should look at the talent that you have, look at how the games are allocated, and move forward accordingly. Because Because if you're a Raiders fan, you knew that when Josh Jacobs got over 100 yards, the Raiders were we won more than we lost. So Josh Jacobs was, I would say he was more important to the team than Devontae Adams is right now, because we don't have no quarterback to get the ball to Adams consistently in the amount of times that he may need to be successful, or at least be a decoy on our offense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like JJ really did a lot more than I feel like people gave him credit. Like I said, he constantly broke tackles behind the line of scrimmage and fell forward. Like, if we had JJ, do you think AP would have not went for it on 4th and 1? Let's be real. JJ would have got that yard. Like, my eyes closed right now, and I'm envisioning the play where they had the fullback, and they had the fullback in, and they went right, and you could see, like, if Zeus would have cut left, he would have had just one person to beat. I've seen JJ cross dudes up and get that play. And we're not even talking about the fumble. I'm not even talking about the fumble, because, you know, that really made me mad. Like, I don't even really want to get into the fumble. Like, but it was a bad play. But my thing with Zeus is his vision is bad. He's too big to get tackled by some of the tackles that he get tackled by. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to get some finesse to him. If he could work on his vision, he could get a little more, you need to break some tackles. Like, if he could get that going, the sky's the limit for him, because he's fast. He's super fast now. I give him that. He's faster than JJ, but speed ain't all what you need to be a running back. You need some vision. You gotta be able to break some tackles. So yeah, that's that. I honestly think we should focus with Madison and Labe more than Zeus. Like, I think that transition needs to happen sooner than later. I don't we don't put money into Zeus, so we could, put him back. Like, it ain't like JJ, who we actually gave a contract to and we committed. We said we are committing to you, JJ. We don't have to commit to Zeus. He don't cost that much. So you get him out the way. Labe is there. He looks pretty good. I mean, he did fumble, but I think Labe, his vision is better. His hands is better. Blocking, I don't know yet. I haven't really seen what Labe can do as a blocker, but you know what I'm saying? Just the other two things, being great at those two things, in my opinion, makes him a better running back right now. So yeah, that's that. Minshew, I feel like, Minshew is bad. It was a bad decision. We should have spent that money on JJ. We could be doing the same thing with just better pieces to help whoever the quarterback would have been. So yeah, and with me saying Gardner is not a good quarterback, I feel like now we have to go past the actual team, and then we got to talk about who is picking personnel. And I think Tom Telesco deserves some of the blame here. I think he actually deserves a lot more because, you got a new head coach and you're not putting him in position to win. Getting a Gardner Minshew and starting him was not a good decision at all. It wasn't a good decision at all. We should have drafted a QB. We and that should be the plan. Honestly, that should be our plan next year, regardless of what happens. If Gardner, end up getting swapped out and Aiden the quarterback, even if Aiden was to squeeze us into the playoffs, I think they should still get another quarterback. It don't have to be a first round quarterback, but I listen to Matthew Shack too. He even said it himself. He feels like we should be drafting a quarterback every year, and I really feel that because we don't have one right now. Ever since DC been gone, it's been 5 quarterbacks. And it haven't even been 5. DC haven't been gone for 5 years, and we are already on our 5th quarterback. We need to be drafting QBs every year until we hit. Is like us not picking up a Joe Milton, us not picking up a Spencer Rattler was a bad move on us. Because it just feels like that may be the missing piece. Like, if we get a good quarterback, our problems with Zeus may go away because we have the weapons to, have a good offense, but it's like they won't mold together, right? If you don't got a good quarterback. I mean, our line could be better, but having a perfect line with the pieces that we have around our team is probably not going to happen under no circumstance. It won't. In fact, how the team is built right now, it won't happen at all. So yeah, our O-line could be better, but I just don't think it will get better unless we make a certain couple of moves. Now, our defensive line looks freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? I wish Kuntz was out there. But he gonna get good. I mean, he gonna get well soon, and we gonna get to see how he really looks and how how he looks, but also how our defense will look with him in there. But yeah, the defensive line is the heart of the team. It's gonna make everything better. I feel like our corners are good. They not great, but they good. Defensive line is great, which will make the overall defense good. But if you're not moving chains on offense, you can't expect your defense to continually save you like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why we lost the game. So yeah, offense overall, I feel like we got a lot of weapons. We got, great receiving core, great tight ends. But our line, our quarterback, and our running back are up in the air. Luke Getsy, you gotta watch out. Like, I feel like Luke Getsy can still work. I think with him, he just gotta understand. Him and AP gotta understand. We might want to run, but the way the line is built, I think we may have to change our philosophy a little bit. Instead of forcing these these runs up the gut, you know what I'm saying? I think we need to pass to run. So what I'm saying is, get it to those big body tight ends, get it to Devontae, get it to Trey Tucker. These Devontae and the tight ends, they are chain movers. Even Mayers, they are chain movers. You got Trey Tucker and DJ Turner to stretch the field. You know what I'm saying? You use them to stretch the field. You use Devontae, the tight ends, for the unders to get that little part of the field. But I also think, like, Bowers can be a slot receiver. He could be an outside receiver. You know what I'm saying? You just got to play around with that. And once they start to see how many weapons we have, you actually use them, the running lanes will magically open. You have to make these people scared of you need them kind of like scared of our passing game to open up this running game how it was with Josh Jacobs. Because it's not too much of a difference with the O-line we got today and the O-line we had with Josh McDaniels and Josh Jacobs when he had his leading rusher season. It's not much different. But the only difference is DC, he stretched the field. He had them at least kind of scared of Devontae. Had them kind of scared that he was going to, throw it deep to I don't think did we have Tucker? Nah, we didn't have Tucker at that time. I think he may have been a rookie, but he just stretched the field to make the defense respect him, and it gave JJ easier running lanes. You know what I'm saying? But JJ and Derek Carr made our O-line look way better than what it was. Our O-line hasn't been good. Like I said, they haven't been good since we lost Rodney Hudson and Gabe Jackson. The line hasn't been good since then. Now it's okay. Colton Miller, I feel like I love Colton, but you know what I'm saying? In his earlier years, he was a lot better. Right now, he's getting hurt. He's getting older. It may be something like we may have to get rid of, bro. But you know what I'm saying? He can only keep up being great for so long without having help. And I think that's what we're starting to see now with that. Hopefully JPJ, though, if he come in, I think the line will improve. But it still needs some work. We need to maybe draft another tackle, for the left and right side. Now we need, you know what I'm saying? That's how it happens. 5-6 years is a long time to ask a player to be great. And I think he might just be, injuries. He's getting a little bit older. That tends to happen. But yeah, I think our issue is we may need some more help on the line. And that's where I say this. We may need to trade Devontae Adams. People may say, why trade him? He wants to stay and this, that, and the third. We're holding him back. But he's also holding us back because we get rid of his contract. Now we have more money where we can allocate somewhere else. The receivers and stuff are not really the issue. It's really the line that's the issue. We did have pieces before that kind of help the line, but now we don't really have the pieces to kind of make the line look good. So now we have to kind of build it up. We get rid of Devontae, we get an extra pick. Hopefully it's a first. Because honestly, I heard somebody say a second and a third. It's no way. If they want a second and a third for Devontae, you hang up. You do not give up Devontae for no second or no third round. They know who Devontae is. They know, like, I would be on that phone like, we just ain't got no quarterback, man. Y'all better take Devontae for a first. Like, it a first and nothing else. Like, that gotta be the first thing that you say for Devontae Adams. But look, with the first, we get an extra first in the draft. You get a Shador, but you also get a offensive lineman. And I would even say maybe draft another running back because Zeus is not it. I'm telling y'all, Zeus is not it. I don't know why they trying to force all this on us, but he's not it. So yeah, that's what the plan should be. You know what I'm saying? You trade Devontae, and it would be addition by subtraction, because now a Trey Tucker, we might not have a clear number one, but with Bowers, that is your number one. You know what I'm saying? Our team, you focus on having Bowers as the number one, and then Trey Tucker is like the, you know what I'm saying? He's the speedster. So he may not be a number one as like, you know, Devontae, but he may just be number one. You know what I'm saying? He stretched the field. I feel like Myers get to, you know, touch the ball more, so it makes them better. It's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? That's why we should possibly think about getting rid of Devontae so we can help our line, but we also can still get our quarterback, and then we could get a running back. Because I want Zeus gone. I really want him gone, in my opinion. But you get another running back. And I think the Raiders will be in a way better position than what stuff look like right now. It's probably people in the comments that's going to kill me, call me crazy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you can't say that anything that I've said is too far out of there. You know what I'm saying? Addition by subtraction. You get rid of Devontae, you free up some money, you get the picks. Plus, you get a chance at getting your boy, getting a quarterback. Me, myself, I think Sanders should be it. And I think Sanders would be a dope pickup because he's already dealing with O-line trouble, but he still can pass the ball. Sanders is exactly what we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, from a standpoint of accuracy, he's accurate enough to get the ball where we need it to be. He don't really have a good line himself, so he already know how to play with bad line play. He could be mobile. I seen him climb up the pockets. His timing is good. Literally everything we need right there. So, yeah, that's what we should be doing. All right, so Alt versus Crosby. Hey man, y'all need to Y'all need to cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Art, he played well, but you know what I'm saying? It's more by design. Like, I'm not like no stat. We not looking at, I don't give a fuck how many pressures he did or not did. Like, that's cool, but like, just know, like, y'all ran more times than y'all threw the ball. So that within itself, y'all play style made it to where Crosby had to worry more about the run than actual pass rushing itself. Like, somebody said run at Crosby. I didn't see y'all run at him too many times. There wasn't too many plays where they broke out on him. But yeah, I think the way y'all play the game, it's gonna make it. It's Jim Harbaugh plays to get the pass rush out of the game. And today, y'all line played better than our line, our O line. Y'all D line played better than our O line, which is the weakest link on our team. I would say O line, quarterback, running back. In that order, yeah, fix that. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna get too much into that. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot. I want to say this. I know this gonna be another thing that may split our fucking fan base in half, but with the other content creators, you have to be skeptical of what these guys say. You got to understand that some people, they want to work with closely want to work with the Raiders, so it's just certain things that they will not say. So with that being said, don't expect every channel that covers the Raiders to give it to you straight. It's going to be some people that's overly optimistic about the Raiders, and to the point that they won't tell you the actual facts of what's going on with our team. I don't want to point out people who do or don't. I did mention a YouTuber in my video, which I probably will. I will bring up other Raider content creators. Like, I'm a Raiders fan. I've been looking at this content for a whole decade now. So I know basically most of Raiders content creators. It's some that I love way more than other ones. But I want y'all to know that, just be able to have discernment of who's here to give you real Raiders news versus who wants a job with the Raiders versus even the haters. You know what I'm saying? National Raider coverage is ass. Like, they're not gonna give you the real information. And then you got people who are close with the Raiders who they don't want their coverage to get taken away. So with all that being said, you have to be cognizant of who you're listening to. And that's why my next video will be an introduction of how I became a Raiders fan, a fan, and how, like, it's impacted me in different ways. I love my Raiders, you know what I'm saying? We've been a bad team my whole life. I'm a 28-year-old man who I only got a glimpse of the greatness of the Raiders, but I'm still here because of the people around me who got me into this, and they taught me the history at a young age, and I fell in love with the Shield. So that will be my next video that I'm coming out with. Like I said, I'm gonna keep this stuff real simplistic until maybe some change and I want to show my face. It just depends. I just want to put out quality narratives. I don't want to say things and not know what I'm talking about. And one thing I could tell y'all about, I know these Raiders. I know these Raiders for sure. If I ain't the best breaking down these Raiders, I'm up there already. First video, top 5. I just ain't got the actual podcast set up right now to give y'all the best quality content, but the things that I'm saying will always be on point. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'm Keith Raider. Hopefully y'all listen to all this. First one, my first stream, of course, had to be a blackout stream. You know what I'm saying? It's the silver and black. So what other way to do it than black it out? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope y'all have a good one.